Hello everyone, this is Dr. Houck, your instructor for Anthropology 3310, Religions of the World. Welcome to the course. I have a list here of some things I thought were essential for you to know as you begin the course. If I think of anything else as I'm reading through this list, I'll go into it as well. First, the assignments are staggered. So you need to stay on top of the due dates. What I mean is that it's not like there's one assignment due every Friday or every Saturday. And I had to do that because when we take these courses and we transform them to an online format, we have to keep everything pretty much the same. We can't just cut out half of the material just to get it to fit into 8 weeks, because it's still a 3 credit hour course. So please note that you're taking a full 4-month semester course in half the time. So if it seems like we're moving fast, that's because we are. And I just want you to keep that in mind, because, so for example, if we were taking this at normal time, you'd have twice as much time to do all of this work. So please keep that in mind, okay? Anyway, so the assignments are staggered. So the first one, it comes up Saturday. In fact, January 21st, this Saturday. And then the second one will come up January 26th. I think that's the following, the following Thursday. And then the next one comes up the following Tuesday. Essentially, they're open for 6 full days. All of this information is in all the materials you have, but I'm just using this opportunity to remind you of it. Anyway, but you won't have any problem if you just simply stay on top of the due dates, which are posted everywhere. Probably 3 or 4 different lists. Also, in every module you'll see due dates, so there's no reason to miss a due date. So stay on top of that. I've already addressed the speed of the course. As I said, please keep that in mind. I guess I'm trying to sort of address some of the concerns students may have. You know, there's lots of reading and there's lots of work. Well, as I said, please don't forget that you're doing it in half the time. It's the same work in half the time. Also, too, remember, there's 3 hours, 3 full hours a week that you're not in class. So really, that would be the minimum amount of time if you were taking this in a face-to-face situation. And to be quite honest, as long as we're talking about 8 weeks, that bumps it up to 6 hours. So that would be 6 hours of class time a week. So really, that should sort of be the minimum standard for the time you devote to this course. Now, I'm not saying it will take that much time, but that's how you think about the work you're doing and the time you're doing it in. Okay, so please keep that in perspective. The book review, it is standard here at Our Lady Lake College for all of our upper level courses, and this is one, a junior level course, to have written assignments. The one I have for you here in this course I think is quite manageable. It's not very long, about 4 pages or so, give or take. Again, please read the materials. You'll be writing a book review. Please note, given the time restraints, I'm only asking you to read the first 2 chapters and last 2 chapters of your chosen book carefully and just skim the rest of it. So I don't want to place an undue burden on you with extra reading. The book that you'll review will be one that you choose, but from a list that's provided for you on Moodle, and you can see it. Please don't forget to do the assessment quiz for me. It probably won't take any more than 5 minutes. It's a totally anonymous thing. It's a great assessment tool to help me improve the course. So you'll just, there's a link right there. Just click on it, fill it out, submit it right back to me. As I said, it'll probably take less than 5 minutes. And then when you finish the class, you'll do like a post-course assessment. And as I said, this is just a nice tool to help us evaluate and improve the course. As far as feedback on your work, because this is an online course, unfortunately, it's not a face-to-face course, to try to help you as much as I can, after I finish grading your module assignments, your weekly module assignments, I'll say weekly, I mean they come around about once every 5 days, but once I finish grading your assignments and I post the grades, then I will record a YouTube video discussion where I will actually go through the assignment question by question, And so that way you can check your work, see what you did wrong. And of course, if you ever have any questions about anything, you can certainly always contact me. Please use Microsoft Word. I've been teaching this course now for about 3 years. I think I mentioned about 12 times I've taught it. And only in very rare occasions do some students use Adobe, but even then they didn't have to. So I don't think I'm placing an undue burden on you by asking you please to submit your work in Microsoft Word. It's not that I'm a fan of Microsoft, it's just that it's currently the easiest thing for me to use. Adobe requires a few more steps. It's a little bit more of a hassle, so please just use Microsoft Word. On your weekly assignments, you'll see that the font is 11 point, so I would ask you to stick with the 11 point font for your weekly assignments. However, in the book review, that's a more formal report, and I ask you to use 12 point font. But again, all that's in your materials, so please find it. Let's see. Oh, I have course materials as your primary source. When you're doing your work, I would appreciate you not, now I'm talking about the weekly assignments, right? I really would rather you not write me and ask me where this information is, because my answer every time is going to be, it's in your materials. I literally sat down and screened all of the videos and read all the materials, and as I went through them, I constructed the questions. Okay, so I will tell you right now up front, the answers to all of the assignment questions are in the materials. And I mean, that's all I can say about that. I mean, you are expected to review the materials. You will have no problem finding this material. So there's that. Also, too, when it comes to answering questions and so forth, remember, your course material is your primary source. Like, I mean, if I ask you to ID a term like materialism, do not go to Google and type in materialism, hit enter, and then just start reading. That's not going to help you. You're going to come across all sorts of things that probably won't be relevant. Stick to the primary materials. Now, I don't mind if you want to supplement your learning and instruction by using other sources. That's okay. But I consider your primary source to be the course materials. Okay? And then finally, this is an online course. I've had somewhat of a problem with students, quote unquote, corresponding with one another when it comes to assignments and exams. They were hit rather harshly, and in every case they lost an entire letter grade in their final grade. I will just tell you right now, once again, I've been teaching this course for about 3 years, about 12 different times. What happens is that the students that really put forth an effort get an A. I get a handful of A's at the top, and then most of my students make B's, and a smattering of students will make C's, and I very seldom have any D's or F's unless people just don't turn in work. So basically, everyone is destined to make a pretty good grade to begin with. It is foolish, let me repeat, very foolish for you to work with another student when you're filling out your module assignments or your exams especially. Don't ask me how, because I'm not going to tell you, but it's rather easy to see. Especially when I'm grading one exam after another, I can spot it from a mile away that students have been working together. So I would highly suggest that you avoid that temptation. Okay? All right. Well, I can't think of anything else right now. Of course, you've already ordered your books, hopefully. I did, as a courtesy, I've posted the readings that you need for Module 1. So that will at least get you through the first week if you're still waiting on your books. But if you ordered your books when I sent out that first email, you should be okay. But if not, oh my goodness, you need to get an expedited shipping or something because you need those books now. Okay? All right. Feel free to write me, call me if you need anything. And please go through all the materials on Moodle very carefully before you begin this course. Okay? All right. Good luck.